Oh boy, that's a strange title, wouldn't you say? Ants in Training. And then the mysterious Part 1. It just goes to show you that when it comes to the thoughts of Microdac, you just never know what you're going to see on the screen. Next. Well, here's a problem. I have a problem. The problem is it's been raining for days outside, and the ants have decided that they need to come inside. And once they come inside, they were all over the counter. Now, I didn't want to kill them because ants play a very vital role in our environment. I made a video about that, and I'll tell you about that later. So, here we go. There was a little march of the ants, if you will. Here they are investigating, marching on the counter. And I looked at them, and I didn't, as I said, I didn't really want to spray them or kill them. But what I did want, I wanted to discourage them from walking on the counter, for being in the kitchen. Because I have things to do. I have some videos to make. I have some interesting food videos to make, and I don't need the ants. So what do? I mixed up some sugar with baking powder and cinnamon. Now you can see the ratio on the screen. It looks like maybe a pinch of cinnamon, maybe a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, along with maybe half a teaspoon of baking powder and some brown sugar, maybe a tablespoon of brown sugar. Put them in a cup, mix them well. This doesn't show how vigorous I mix them. This is really a puny effort right there. But I did mix them well. Shook them up, mixed it well. And then, this is probably as close as I'm going to show you as what it looked like. The baking powder and the cinnamon and the sugar, that's all together. Then I added just enough water to make a paste. So, I place some of that little paste on a cardboard, index card to be exact. And you know, those guys just did not get on that cardboard. So I decided, okay, there has to be a solution. So this is what I did. I placed a little bit right on their trail where they were walking, on the countertop and on the sink. And I just watched them for a while. Now, these guys are very, very interesting, I think. First, they would walk around it, because that's what they do. And then the first guy came by and he checked it out. Look at his little antennas. See how he's doing that? He's checking it out. Now, I wish an entomologist or somebody who is an expert in ants would explain to me what he's doing. And I was fascinated. I was just fascinated by what this ant was doing. It's as if he was checking it out. You notice, look carefully, and he's not really eating. He's just, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe a viewer can help us all and tell us what's happening. Anyway, before long, this is what happened. They begin to come and they begin to test it out. Now, while I'm watching this, I'm thinking about my childhood days, many, many years ago. It is really unrelated to the adventure at hand, but for some reason, my thoughts went back to my childhood days. The days when every Saturday I would look forward to going to the theater, to the matinee. I would save up my allowance just to pay my shilling or so to go into the theater. Now, they would show shows on the screen like Gene Autry and Red Ryder and Roy Rogers. But in addition to those so-called cowboy movies, they would also show what was then called the serials. Something exciting, an adventure, and people would shoot at each other, and people would chase each other, and the good guys would almost always end up in some sort of a position where you have to come back next Saturday to find out if he's going to escape. And I'm watching these guys and I'm thinking back to my childhood days about how exciting little move is. But as I came back to this, and I thought, well, nobody's shooting anybody, but this is equally as exciting. Because the ants, it seems to me, were discovering these magnificent bits of sweetness. Anyway, along the path, their path, I would put different droplets along the path. And before you know it, different ants would show up and they would check it out. And right along the path, I would place these little droplets of the goodies and they would check them out. So when I got back to the one next to the sink, it was like a meeting. Look at them. And I'm saying to myself, should I wipe this all up or not? Then I realized that I really haven't learned anything except that these ants find this food, that is cinnamon, baking powder, and sugar. They find it to be interesting and they're eating it. So I decided that what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it overnight, right where it is. And I want to know if tomorrow my kitchen is going to either be filled with ants, or are they going to eat it all up, or are they going to get a stomach ache? What's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know.